The work I aspire to do is create a variety of 3D and 2D animations, specifically helping with storyboards and models. I want to be open to any part of the design process and be part of a team. Hybrid approaches are more common now in industry practices, so learning every aspect of both mediums helps to connect to my future goals through experience. For the creative analysis, I chose Motordrones, the creator being Liam Vickers and the studio being Glitch Productions. Why did I choose it / what makes it relevant or inspiring? It is a show that I put off for quite a while due to how I judged it, but I always wanted to get into it. Once I finally did and watched it with somebody I know, every episode gave me chills and the animation, story, and voice acting was all lively. I felt like I really wanted to watch every episode. I still go back to the soundtrack to hear all my favorite music from the series, which can include anything from rock to electro. The characters feel relatable even if most are robots, and I found myself understanding why people are so close with this show. It inspires me to be more creative and I feel like it stands out in a good way from the series. The emotional narrative and experiential goal of the work. It's meant to defy what is normally created and make the audience conversate, putting these characters in peril. With most of them being young and at school age, they struggle with a lot of emotions. These drones must continuously deal with threats, but humanity is being threatened by them in this post-apocalyptic story. The main characters Uzi, Worker Drone, and End, Disassembly Drone, are literal opposites of each other. Initially trying to destroy each other, they eventually become heartwarmingly close and bringing the audience to accept both of them. Briefly discussing the creative decisions. Glitch Productions is known for their 3D animation, but they're still able to keep Liam Vickers' noticeable art style while also using the new format effectively. It is constantly snowing outside while every building is made by metal, the dark environment highlighting the narrative. They also chose a talented voice cast with noticeable figures like Michael Kovac and Elsie Lovelock as the main two. The pilot also attracted many fans, as some had seen Liam's older content, making them itch to see a new and unique animated series. I selected two frameworks from what we covered in class. Mise en scene or placing on stage. This framework engages the audience by having colorful personalities and appearances within the characters, while there is dark lighting and staging. Using Uzi as an example for performance, she is rebellious and cringe in her words, driving the story with her heavy impact. She is violent in her affection while also in denial about feeling soft, but sometimes will go around other main character N. When the main characters are missing from scenes where the other character is present, it makes the audience worry about what's going on. Composition is also part of mise en scene. This episode also includes the 180-degree rule that appears when we view Sin and Uzi from a side horizontal shot above the knee. Uzi is seen defeating her by ripping out the heart, taking her arm behind her, while Sin stands in awe with her hands lifted up. There is nothing in the background except smog, and it focuses on the main characters, specifically with their contrast. The second example follows the specific element of framing, using the technique of leading lines in episode 8. Uzi is pictured outside the planet in space, looking down at it being affected by Sin. Her body leads into the main point of attention, arms, legs, and head face towards the problem. This also applies to the rubble surrounding the planet and rocks with ropes of light coming from the center. Storytelling. This narrative has many parts to it, with the smallest story being that Uzi is still in school. Rest of the characters dislike Uzi and never remember who she is and are afraid of her once she finds her powers. This drives many episodes in different directions, with a prom and field trip being shown. Many worker drones or students die in these episodes, which is why the show is so dark and questions morality. Even Uzi is reasoned with by N after she murders students, like the show moves on without caring. As mentioned, the show is techno with its music, with the main theme giving chills to the audience. There's anticipation and sounds of rock in the full version. The song Bite Me, used in the fight scene of episode 8, shows that the series can combine silliness and serious themes together, especially with an iPod shown starting the song. Even though the song talks about the whole show, the chorus lyrics talk about needing each other, not following crowds, and making obstacles move. Both Uzi and N against their directive work together as robots, always wanting more than what everyone is okay with. Why do these frameworks work? They create rewatchability and immerse the audience, keeping a strong consistency in their character styles, but still allowing them to change. With curveballs thrown in the story like topics of death, every single episode satisfied me. I still listen to the music and feel close to the characters because of how they paved their way through to get to their goal. Because of this, I started off the show not knowing what to expect. It leads the show to be very confusing and confronting to the character. The episodes sending you in many ways through different lore points. It is not afraid to confront the viewer's stress and gore and composition. This is the audience Glitch targets to, the one that enjoys the constant heart-racing scenes and the somber moments together on the stage they create. Possible job title and explain why it suits my goals. The job of 3D animator supports my dream to show my skills in team setting and help structure how the parts in a scene move. By paying attention to the actions in pre-production, I will manipulate how digital characters, props, and machines travel through and interact with their environment. I bring life through motions, gestures, and expressions of rigged 3D models to then be put together to see in media. I can just cut this part out. Unreal Engine, motion graphics in OHS, digital animations in 2D, advanced 3D digital models, 3D cinematography, hybrid animation, storyline and treatment development, sound design, and independent creative work are key skills and tools I've mastered or aim to master. Maya, Photoshop, Adobe, Substance Painter, ZBrush, and Blender are apps that I've looked into and mastered. That's not the right fucking thing. Okay, let's try it again. Key skills and tools I've mastered or aim to master: Unreal Engine, motion graphics and OHS, creating 2D digital animations, create advanced 3D digital models, 3D cinematography, hybrid animation, developing storylines and treatments, sound design, and independent creative work. Maya, Photoshop, Adobe Substance Painter, ZBrush, and Blender. Sample projects or experiences that showcase my abilities are my Alien Claws 3D model, my backroom puzzle in Unreal Engine, and my 3D modeling for my tools. My education and training support my career path as they provide me with the skills of visual effects, animation, modeling, and character creation. It also teaches me how to analyze different works and work together for feedback. By doing a general learning, I will be prepared for more than just what my job title asks of me. One or two students that influenced my resume or aspirations. Spindlehorse Studios and Glitch Productions have inspired me for years, pushed me to even create fan art for them. The art stretches past the norm and outperforms. It changed my career path looking into these companies as they asked for years of studio experience. There was also extra learning I believe I was missing. I want to become more self-sufficient. Spindlehorse Studios made Hell of a Boss. I learnt from this that with big breaks between each season and episodes, there were leaks and trailers for upcoming animations. I got to see the work put into each episode, specifically the turning around of Stolas and Mastermind. It takes a lot of time to create only 2D animation, but as time goes on, the quality becomes better. Digital Circus by Glitch Productions. I've investigated the making of each episode, hearing how feedback worked within the team. They also showed potential ideas that would change before the final product, but also their struggles in animation. The animators like to always acknowledge the skill of the storyboard artists. The show has hybrid animation, which adds another level of figuring out how to animate.